Well, if it isn't physical, he'll experience 3 or 4 erections during the course of the night. This is the science fiction rating system, and
Studying bonus.
I see what you do is you count bonus.
Yeah, counting bonus.
Count bonus.
That's what we do here.
We count bonus. We rate them on the science fiction rating system. My name is Sam Draper, and I am joined by Chris Redding.
Hello.
And Alex Humphrey.
Thanks, I've got a surname this time.
I'm not indulging your diva lifestyle of going around in one name.
Oh, man.
No, bring you back down to earth with a jolt this episode.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so this is the show where we rate science fiction films. Last week we rated Contact, a rather serious and dry 90s science fiction film that we did enjoy.
Heavy sci-fi.
Heavy sci-fi. Let's flip the script and go to the opposite end of the spectrum with 1984's Dreamscape, directed by Joseph Ruben, who... What did he do?
He did Sleeping with the Enemy.
And Gorp.
Oh, pardon?
Gorp. It's like National Lampoon's. I think Dennis Quaid's Gorp.
Producer of this, Chuck Russell, is he a relation of
Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell.
I don't know. It's quite a common name, Russell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. There is actually an interesting thing about Chuck Russell, though. Do you know what film he did produce as well as this?
No.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Which is quite telling, isn't it, when you've seen this film? But anyway, he had a hand in the script as well, as did David Lowery. And if you're doing 6 Degrees of SFRS, the link there is that he wrote Star Trek 5. That was his next film after this.
It's his fault.
It was his fault, Star Trek 5. So, the story, it says the story's by David Lowery, but I read a thing saying that there's a guy who wrote a book with this plot who's pretty sure David Lowery has ripped him off.
Yeah, I wondered how you felt about that, Sam, because
yes, well,
that means there's a book as well of...
that's why I read
Russell
that.
directed The Mask.
Did he?
Oh.
But under a different name, Charles Russell, but it's the same person.
Oh. Good Chuck Russell facts, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, it came from a book, and I might mention my book at some point.
We should.
It was a bit different, though, wasn't it? But not...
Yeah, it was different. No, it was different. It was
much.
okay. Yeah, I was worried, but it was different.
He went on to direct Eraser with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah.
The Scorpion King.
Oh, he's still up then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Chuck's been round Hollywood. Anyway, so Dreamscape. None of us have seen this before, had we?
No.
No.
I've seen the poster.
Yeah. Attached to a different film, maybe.
And
So, yeah,
breach of the Trades Description Act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This film was recommended by Alexander, our foreign listener. And when we saw the poster, we thought, it looks like an Indiana Jones romp. Because I'm going to put the poster on the art for this episode so you can have a look at it. It's a blatant case of mis-selling, isn't it? He's
huge.
stood with a torch, which I don't think he uses at any point in the film, with a child and Kate Capshaw behind him. I don't think those 3 people are ever on screen at the same time.
I wonder if the poster artist was the same person who does the...
Possibly. Someone was trying to get an audience to come to this film who...
He's wearing the Indiana Jones outfit, which he never wears during this film. I mean, no, not at all.
No. It is, creative license gone wild. So let's get to the real film. We start with the president, as we often do in these films, don't we?
Yeah.
Who is having some pretty low-rent dreams, let's be honest, about the apocalypse. But it's a pretty crap apocalypse happening on.
We don't know he's the president at that point.
No, we don't know.
Just an old man.
It's just some guys... It's just an old man's dream with an old woman in it.
Yeah.
It's like the weirdest opening to a film, isn't it? It's like, who is this?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Right, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And really, they don't pay off his president for quite a while, do they? It's not for a little while till you know what's going on. Anyway, so he's having apocalypse dreams. And just park that for now, because we're going to go meet Alex Gardner, who is Dennis Quaid. What's everyone's thoughts on Dennis Quaid as an actor, eh? We've seen him in Inner Space so far. I think that's the end of the film.
He's pretty shit, isn't he?
Nah,
It's not great.
It's forgettable.
He's very forgettable.
He's basically a low-rent Harrison Ford, isn't he? And a bit younger. That's sort of his thing.
Was he ever... Did he ever reach, like, A-list status? I'm not sure he ever did he?
I think Inner Space is his A-list film, isn't it?
Well, no, and Day After Tomorrow. And if you look on IMDb, it always has that thing of like the top 4 films they're in, and it's Inner Space and Day After Tomorrow and then 2 other things. I don't know what the 2 other things are. They're not huge, are they?
Far From Heaven and In Good Company. Yeah, I don't really know either of those.
No, so no.
I mean, for me, he was immortalised in the horror film Pandorum, which
true.
Is hilarious because they clearly got him for a day. He literally sits in a seat. He's in like half the film and just doesn't move from one seat. It's brilliant. Anyway, yeah. So Dennis Quaid's here, and it's kind of a sign that you're on the lower end of an '80s film, aren't you? It's not going to be a blockbuster because you've got Dennis Quaid.
He's smarming it up, isn't he? He's smarming it up.
He's trying his best. He's a psychic dropout. He's turned his psychic powers to evil to go and gamble and pick up women and generally be a bit of a lowlife because he can't
make fake posters
and play the saxophone as well.
And play the saxophone, yeah. He's sort of every woman's dream.
Yeah. I love that bit. That bit when he gets back to his flat and he plays all the messages on the phone, and there's one's like, "Oh, I hate you," and then obviously she's had a sexy dream about him, and she's like, "Oh, I love you," whatever it is, and then he just picks up the saxophone for no apparent reason. And he's just like, just like plays the saxophone for a bit. It's just so odd.
That's how he likes to unwind.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, it's all just set up because let me get to... I was going to do parts like Alex, but I neglected to name part 1. But part 2 is called It's All Fun and Games.
Very good.
So Paul Novotny, played by the wonderful Max von Sydow, is a serious business psychic who is running a Black Ops going into dreams psychic land, aided by Jane DeVries, played by Kate Capshaw, who can't act, can she really? Let's be honest, she's terrible.
Yeah.
No.
Spoken by her.
She was in the room, let's say. And so they want Alex to come back and work at Dream Academy, where they're going into dreams. What was their actual motive for going into dreams long term? What was it they're trying to do?
Help people.
Was it?
Because they can, like all scientists.
See, I struggle with this film because it kind of relies on the psychic stuff, which I wouldn't really classify as sci-fi.
Ooh, very
it's also a bit weird how they do just take that as a baseline that psychics exist and they go around doing psychic stuff.
Yeah, like she just drops like this guy can move balls around.
Yeah,
psychokinesis, telekinesis.
Yeah, and that's happened and that's fine. Yeah. Now for some crazy shit, we're going into dreams. Yeah, it's a bit of a leap. So yeah, you're saying it's not sci-fi.
No.
But I would contend, though, that the machine they're using to interface is a sci-fi machine.
Okay. I agree.
Maybe. Well, by the end of the film, he's not using the machine, is he? But
is Inception sci-fi? Because they use a similar dream machine.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi film. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Also a bit like Sam's book.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but that's more of a... What film isn't like Sam's books?
To be honest, Inception though is a clear. Like, I was ripping that off.
Okay.
There's a bit of that book that I had to rewrite because I was just like, I've just basically written the bit with when what's the name, Juno first goes into the dream.
Oh yeah.
I just wrote that scene. I was like, shit, I've just written out this. So I've changed that anyway. So he's joined this place, and I asked that question because really the film has fallen down already because there's not really any sort of... You don't really get the gist of who they are, why they're doing it.
There's a brilliant... when they bring him in and they take him first in, there's a guy at the desk. He's like, "Oh, can you sign in, please?" Like, really weird. Like, stand and then Square's like, "I'm not signing anything."
Yes, don't worry about that.
And they're like... and then he just goes, "Oh, don't worry about that." And then he looks really confused. But it's like, it's such an odd scene because why were they getting him to sign in? Well, it's a weird Black Ops place if you have to sign in and sign out when you go there. And also, why was he so upset with... why did he not want to sign in to the building? I love that. It's that kind of weirdness that Dreamscape seems to have quite a lot of.
Yeah, that kind of weirdness there is... that's like very amateur to me of like, we've worked out we need a Black Ops place. What's going on there? Shut up. Get the camera out. Don't worry about that.
Just film.
yeah, we know he's got to go in here. He goes in and he meets Tommy Ray, who is... David Patrick Kelly, who is excellent. He's all right in this, but he's good. He's fantastic in Twin Peaks as Joey Horn, who is just sort of a creepy version of Dennis Quaid at this point. And we get some fun dream action. So Dennis Quaid goes into the dreams of an old pervert man whose his wife is cheating on him.
It's
a bit of fun, isn't it?
I love that bit when he just looks at the Japanese man. He's like, whatever he says, like, oh, not you too.
Yeah.
You know, whatever his name is. And the guy just gives him this really weird smile.
I wrote that down. You too for Kota?
Yeah, so funny.
Brilliant.
And he just gives him this weird little cheeky look, like, yeah, me too. Yeah, that's super weird.
So now for a question, right?
Oh.
If we're not getting too deep, do either of you have a recurring dream that you'd want Dennis Quaid to go in and fix for you?
There's
You haven't got to tell me if it's like
I'm having to think. I've had dreams about like I'm not claustrophobic, but I've had dreams about like tight spaces and like weird. When you're in a building and suddenly the corridors are all. This is very much like a film. Very, very much tighter. You have to squeeze through stuff like that. I want my Dennis Quaid just to come in with a hammer and just say, "There you go. It's easier to walk now."
Yeah,
something simple like that. Look, it's okay.
Just like doing a bit of home repair.
Yeah, like those stairs don't go to nothingness. There's a door at the top. You're all right. That kind of thing.
Nice, yeah. And he'd be up for that task, I think. That's about Dennis Quaid's level of skill, I think. Yeah. Anything for you, Chris?
No comment.
Oh, God, all right.
No, I don't think so. I don't have any things that I can remember.
Nothing sticks out, no.
Nothing sticks out. If I get hugely pissed, sometimes I think that a fox is trying to get in through the door.
That's brilliant.
So you just want Dennis Quaid to tell you it's not?
It's not a fox, don't worry.
Or just when I'm going to have that last pint, just he comes up and just goes, no.
Yeah. with a fox in his arms.
He can just nip it in the bud there.
Yeah, that'd be good. How about you, Sam?
Well, I used to have... I mean, the reason that I wrote that book really is because I used to have endless recurring nightmares. I spent most of my 20s every night having nightmares. Mostly, I used to have one about being like skinned and hung on a hook.
Oh God!
Which I used to have constantly.
Predator style.
But I don't anymore. I don't really have nightmares anymore, which is nice. They seem to have gone.
Maybe Dennis Quaid did come in. And
that's what I'm thinking. Now. Yeah, I'm trying to work out if there's a turning point where he came in and fixed it for me. But yeah, anyway, so he's doing like low rent stuff like this, and there's a kid who
he goes into that other guy's dream, the steel worker's dream.
Oh yeah,
and the steel worker just dreams about being at work.
Yeah, on a yeah. But he's like he's floating in the air, isn't he? In front of a girder.
Yeah,
and the girder hits him.
Yeah,
it's so unsafe. Whoever
that is his nightmare. He's like, I'm breaking so many safety
regulations
here.
Yeah,
it's again a lack of imagination from the writer, maybe. We need a dream. Oh, bloke's on some scaffolding.
Yeah.
If it was like he was at work and then there was a really weird creature there as well, yeah.
That'd be better. Yeah.
I mean, you've sort of built yourself a plot where you can literally do anything, can't you? And be as wild and as interesting as you want.
Unfortunately, most of these setups seem to be kind of very pedestrian, like it was Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, film...
Yeah.
She wrote.
The third of these like early dream ones is the kids who's just like living in a kooky like madhouse, isn't it? Actually, a bit like your house, Alex. Your crazy nightmare house.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, my house. Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Not your real house.
No, not like my real house. No.
Not living in like a fun fair.
The foxes. What about the foxes?
There was no foxes in it.
No, I mean in my dream.
Yeah.
What about them?
Carry on. No, I just we can't talk about them. Just...
Oh, well, okay. Sorry. Move on. Okay. They knocked at the door. Was that what you heard?
They're all scratching, trying to get in.
So this is all pretty dull, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really dull.
I was really lost interest in this movie.
Yeah. So anyway, things are going to pick up a little bit because Bob Blair's here, and Bob Blair. Bob Blair. Not only has got a great name, Bob Blair, but Bob Blair is so Black Ops. He's beyond Black Ops. He's like the blackest of Black Ops. He's so black he's gone back to White Ops. He's like beyond black. And he is...
Chris Plummer.
Again, Chris Plummer doesn't make much sense. He knows that I think that's what's going on. The president has woken up and told him, I'm dreaming about disarming. I'm going to disarm nuclear weapons because of my dream told me I've got to do it.
Yeah.
And Bob Blair's like, no. What is Bob Blair's problem with the end of nuclear war?
Well, he's like he's like the military establishment, right?
Yeah, he's a warmonger, kind of. Yeah.
But is that established, or are you inferring that from what you know about other films?
I think it's inferred.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the film actually spells it out, do they?
No.
You're giving it too much credit. You are putting more plot onto this film than the plot actually had.
He represents the military-industrial establishment.
In your mind.
Well,
I think in
any
script,
normal movie, they would have established that he works for a...
That's what I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Or gets a check from...
I just want to make sure that Dreamscape doesn't get the credit for this character because it is our having watched films that has created that character. Because the film just puts him in a suit and puts him near the president.
He just likes the status quo.
Yeah.
You could draw an analogy between, like your opening quote about they're looking into people with erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
And then you could draw an analogy between Bob Blair worrying that if America is disarmed from nuclears, like it wouldn't be able to perform. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe there's like a bigger maybe there's a bigger thing going on.
It's a bit like Dr. Strangelove, the general in that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We're doing all the work here. Dreamscape has done none of this work.
Well, just to refer back to Sleep My Horrors by Sam Draper again. What would be a better idea here was, in my book, people were going into dreams and planting ideas. It'd be better if Bob Blair had got his own Black Ops going and it was planting this dream to make him nuke somebody.
It's incepting people.
Exactly, and the president had got it... No, we don't call it incepting. No, it's not called that in my
Legally, we cannot call it incepting.
Yeah, so he was doing that anyway, and basically the president got the wrong idea. He got the wrong end of the stick.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that would have been a better. Yeah, that would have been better.
That would have been anyway. A story.
Yeah, because then the guy would have been doing it because the other one, the guy from Warriors, the guy from Twin Peaks, because he's all like, oh, I'm super skilled, I've been doing it for ages.
Yeah.
But he could have been doing it for ages because he's been doing it on the president.
Yeah.
And that's where he kind of got his skill.
And that's where I thought they were going.
A bit too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a much better plot. You're right. Yeah, and the president's got it wrong.
But at least Bob Blair's here now, and Bob Blair is taking interest in the dream world. He's gone to see Novotny. He's like, Novotny, mate, I'm taking over. For reasons we don't know, these two know each other really well as well. I guess because Black Ops know Blacker Ops, I don't really know what the
that's a bit weird.
The deal is. And then, oh look, here's Norm from Cheers.
Oh yeah.
So another bit of film that makes no sense.
Norm.
Yeah, Norm. Everyone has to shout Norm, don't they?
How's it going, Norm?
How's it going, Norm? Not so bad. So Norm turns up, but he's writing a book and he's really into conspiracies and he knows everything about what's going on because reasons. And
a bit too much.
What is the point of any of this?
That was silly, that bit.
It's so people get a job and get paid. Got no...
Yeah. Again, it just feels like there's no... What is the point of any of what's going on? All he does really, he tells Dennis Quaid, watch out for Bob Blair, doesn't he? The government aren't into it. But Dennis Quaid was already kind of not into it at all, was he? That's his whole character, was I'm not into it.
Government.
Well, unless he's helping little children, he's not really into it. Or trying to rape people. Not even trying.
That was the next one I was going to get to. Yeah. So that's the next scene. Yeah.
Incepting people.
Yeah, it's basically a rape, isn't it? He comes back. He comes back from seeing Norm in a scene that's cut short, I guess, because they ran out of words and just thought that's the end of this. God knows what's going on there. It comes back and he decides, I'm going to try doing this Inception business without actually having my Inception machine. And he gets in there and proceeds to basically mind rape Jane DeVries.
Yeah.
Complete with coming out of the dream and going, it wasn't me, it was you. You wanted it all along.
Yeah. It's absolutely awful, that scene.
Yeah. Shocking. I was properly doing that, pulling your collar sort of face, just stop talking, mate. This is getting worse and worse.
No, it's absolutely it's absolutely awful.
Just in case you didn't think it was a rape, we're going to double down on it being a rape.
Yeah. Didn't he say that? Yeah, it just happened. It just happened. I just went in your dreams and had sex with you, even though I've got the power to go in dreams and do what I want.
I think he literally says you wanted it too, doesn't he?
It probably does. Yeah. But then she's all like, oh, I do, but not like that, or something. Oh, it's really terrible. That goes a bit too far, that bit, I'd say.
It's what, Chris?
It was the 80s.
It was, but we have watched the 80s films that managed to get through without raping someone, having your hero become a rapist.
Do you know that originally there was a love scene involving Alex and Jane? It was supposed to take place in the middle of the film, I'm assuming this part, involving nudity, but it was deleted for pacing issues and also because the MPAA's new PG-13 rating guidelines. The love scene was featured in the film theatrically and on its original video release, but for its image DVD release on PG edited cut print or TV versions, it was taken out. So that's weird, isn't it?
Talking of that, just a little aside, we were mentioning Infinity War in the break. Did you know they took out a joke about the Zune? There was in the theatrical version. There's a joke about the Microsoft Zune, and it's not in the home release. And that's
What's a Zune? What's a Zune?
It was like the Microsoft iPod. Remember it?
That's weird.
It's an odd
Never heard of that.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. You don't remember the Zune? I remember the Zune. It was like a big, fat, chunky iPod.
Was it with with Star-Lord?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, I saw it at cinema. Yeah, that was in it. What, and they've taken it out of the...
That's not in the home release.
Oh. Oh, God, that's weird.
I'm going to show...
Maybe they were sued.
The Zune didn't last. I'm going to put a Zune in the chat for you, Chris. People at home, get your Zune out of the drawer.
Oh.
No one has Zunes.
No. Is that a speaker in the bottom or a finger?
It must have come and gone. I can't remember that.
I think they pushed it for a few years.
I remember something else similar to that. There was something else...
They called it their Spotify equivalent eventually.
Yeah.
Retail, it was available from 2006 till 2010. Yeah, it wasn't that for long. Anyway, what we've been talking about. This is how boring. You're going to get a Zune. Dreamscape.
Rape. Dream rape.
Trying to get away from that rain with Zunes. Let's get back to Zunes. Well, that's the end of that. And now, oh no, that was part 3. That part 3 was called ... It's the government.
Oh.
Very good.
And now we're into
bloody
part,
government. Not the bloody
part
government
4, Death Dream Showdown.
Ah.
Oh, good name.
So, I mean, it's not a long film, is it? Thank God. And we've somehow got to the final battle where the few pieces that are on the table get thinned out. Novotny dies.
Quite horror. I mean, like quite crappily, really. Just in the back of a car, isn't it?
Yeah, just vanishes and he's got a cold head, and that's it. Norm gets shot at a pep rally, which is random.
Yeah.
Classic stuff. And the president's brought in for his close up, which involves going to sleep and. Well, they're going to fix him, aren't they? I think. But what's actually happening is David Patrick Kelly's next door. I mean, also the whole setup that they're all in adjoining rooms, listening at the walls to hear what's going on.
Yeah. It's like kind of like Frasier.
It is very television, isn't it? It's very like...
You're right, yeah, it is very television.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
All the people are like... I'm sure everyone in this was in Murder, She Wrote, one episode of it at one point. Especially the president. I'm sure he was in an episode of that.
It would work a lot better as like an Outer Limits episode, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not stretched so much like this, and yeah. So they're all in their adjacent rooms, and...
You've missed the bit when Alex is... in the car park and he makes a phone call from a telephone box in the middle of nothing, and then they just drive a car at the telephone box for no reason. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then a whole bike chase where he ends up at the racetrack, and then he comes off the bike into some hay that just happens to be...
That's the action sequence.
The bottom of the stairs of a racetrack. It's just so stupid, isn't it? Yeah, they obviously just thought, we need some action. We've had too much dream stuff.
Someone said, have you seen the poster?
Yes. That's not the film I'm making. You've got to put something in here. What does Indiana Jones do? He rides a motorbike at one point.
Yeah.
Let's make.
Where's Short Round? Can we get Short Round? No.
Yeah, probably not. I did forget that. I mean,
he probably fell out with Capshaw.
Yeah, this is after Raid. Is Temple of Doom, isn't it? Yeah, Temple of Doom is 81, isn't it? No, 80. No, I don't think it is actually. When is Temple of Doom? Raiders is 81, isn't it? So when is this before or after Temple of Doom?
Is it the same year?
Same year, yeah.
And do you know that both films have a scene where a man's still beating heart is ripped from his chest?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Can I get to that as well? Yeah, like
what a weird cliche for her to be stuck in films where men's hearts are ripped from their chest.
Do you think this poster was literally just to play off that?
Yeah, because Temple of Doom came out in May, and this came out in August the same year.
Yeah, it's just to play into it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's terrible. That's a really blatant bad thing. And also, I mean, you've got literally, like, Temple of Doom is not a great film. What's the worst thing about it? It's Kate Capshaw, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's terrible in that film, just screaming all the way through. And you've got the one thing no one wanted from Indiana Jones. Let's stick her in another one, like person like that.
You've got the poster artist.
Yeah, and the poster.
Yeah.
Yes, he's
attached. He's attached.
Yeah. So we go into the President's dream, and we get to have what should be an imaginative, wonderful showdown, and really, it's probably the most interesting bit of the film, isn't it?
It's pretty cool, yeah.
So we start on a nuclear train, and David, what's his name? Sorry, not David. Kelly. What's his name? I forgot his name. Sorry.
Tommy is the character.
Tommy Ray. Yes, Tommy Ray jumps through the window and goes, "Oh, you're here too. 2 for the price of 1," and basically becomes Freddy Krueger, sort of, doesn't he? He has like little Freddy Krueger nails.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God. And
rips the guy's heart out.
Yeah, rips the guy's heart out. Completely not in the tone of the film so far. Like, just gone randomly into... I mean, it's kind of a horror film now, isn't it, for this last...
Yeah.
Alex, as the resident horror expert here, Nightmare on Elm Street is before this, isn't it? Or is it after this?
I think it's before this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've not seen that film in a long time, but this film is ripping that off, isn't it, at this point?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because there's... Oh, I think I wrote it down, because there's Nightmare on Elm Street... Oh, yeah. 3 movies within a year of each other dealing with dream manipulation. Brainstorm, which was a year earlier, and Nightmare on Elm Street was released 3 months later than this, so it was obviously being made at the same, or released just after it. But yeah, no, Nightmare on Elm Street is way better than this.
Not obviously,
yeah, it's great. It's still good,
but similar.
But similar, similar, but no government or
no.
You know, there's no science in Nightmare on Elm Street.
No,
apart from take a load of drugs and try and stay awake, which no one bothers to try and do in this. I mean, you know,
they never really get that far, do they?
No, they don't just wake up the president, do they? Instead of they could just do that, couldn't they?
They gave me sedatives. Yeah,
or why couldn't they go into Tommy's room and just shoot him so he's not in the dream anymore? No, physically shoot him.
Yeah, or literally, you go into President's room and move him slightly further away, like push him off the bed or something.
Brilliant. And then he could just like Tommy flicker out of his dream.
Yeah,
he's a bit further away.
And he's like shuffled up, and then like Bob Blair's pushing the bed across the room. Just trying to get the signal back. Have you got him?
That would have been.
And he's up on top of the wardrobe. I think I've got him.
We got a signal
That'd be great. Yeah.
That doesn't happen. They're just in the dream.
Tommy turns into a ninja though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because he loves ninjas, which has been foreshadowed by him having a poster on the wall.
Yeah, of just nunchucks and like shuriken and stuff.
Yeah, he walks menacingly down a corridor, and we get some like weird makeup, don't we? Of they're like post-apocalyptic Fallout zombies.
Yeah, some mutants that the president's made.
Yeah,
it's quite an anti-nuke film, isn't it? It's very anti-nuclear weapons.
I mean, a bit.
It's tried to be. I think they've tried to retrofit some sort of message on, but it's
maybe
crap.
Yeah. I mean, and also in the midst of this, that Tommy Ray says, "You're in a dream now. I've been training for this. I can literally do anything." But what he comes up with in terms of like just shuffling across the room and getting a bunch of zombies to be convinced, like he says, like, "Oh, he's the guy that made you all zombies." It's not the most imaginative way of getting someone dead, is it?
Well, they say, don't they, that if you're killed in a dream with a dream knife,
yeah,
it's like you're stabbed with a real knife. So why can't Tommy have a dream gun and shoot everyone, or even a dream bomb, or a dream, I don't know, anything really, lance?
Yeah.
Rather than dream nunchuckers, probably dream nunchuckers aren't really going to do it, are they? I mean,
you've hired another guy.
Bull crap, isn't it? Because what happens if someone just like dreams a million nukes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
Everyone in the world dreaming in that dream world will be dead.
Everyone's dead.
You see, in the book Sleep My Horrors by Sam Draper, they spent months studying the dreams, and there were like very strict parameters they had to stick to. Because
also they're not. You're not in your book. They're not supposed to be seen, are they?
No.
You're like they're working in the background. It's supposed to be influencing people.
Well, they're like taking the place of someone in the dream. Who's already there. That's why they have to get it so spot on, because if anything goes wrong, the person will wake up.
See, and that would be much better in a film, because then you'd have characters who you don't think are characters, who are characters, because they're in the dream. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'd have that whole, like, is it just someone in the dream, or is it someone being manipulated, by someone in the dream? Yeah. That would be really good, yeah.
I mean, there's all things that when you're writing a story, the first thing you come to is we can't just have him have this, like, weird dream knife, because it won't work. There's too many plot holes. It makes you wonder what the books like this is based on, What's going on in that? It must be awful.
Then Tommy turns into a snake because Dennis Quaid is scared of snakes.
Dennis Quaid hates snakes. Yeah, which again, Indiana Jones, like, we get a big, it's a stop motion snake, isn't it? I think is it stop motion?
That's really bad effects.
Because really Indiana Jones had used all the snakes.
They'd run out. Yeah. I think it is quite scary looking though. Kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just kind of at odds with the rest of the film again, and the snake chases them a bit.
It's dogs.
It really is like utter garbage.
It is, isn't it?
I have to say, sorry.
No, I agree with you. I keep getting these bad ones on my hosting weeks where I get to the end of the film and my notes just vanish and I'm just left sort of like sighing a bit because I don't know what to say about it.
It really is.
It's pretty, but it was fun. I found it fun. Will
you find anything fun like this?
Yeah, I do like
you
this.
You always find the fun in shit.
I do really like this trash, yeah.
Well, I just get angry.
So basically, there's a snake and there's dogs, and the president, the worm turns, and they sort old Patrick, David Patrick Kelly out by Dennis Quaid unlocks the ability to. I guess he's got into because he's read a paper about the fact that Johnny Ray killed his dad. Yeah. And he gets poisoned by the snake, which like miraculously turns into like a star person. Like, I don't know what's going on with his skin. He becomes all like weirdly radiated.
Weird. Yeah.
And then reappears as Tommy Ray's dad, and he's like, "Oh, you killed me, but I'm your dad, mate." "Oh no, I love your dad." "Well, joke's on you. Here's a president to stab you."
Fuck yeah.
Dead.
America.
And then we get and the president plants a flag on Tommy Ray's chest and goes, "America!" And then they all stand up and salute and sing the national anthem. Oh no, that doesn't happen. Tommy Ray dies. Bob Blair gets away because I guess they want to make a sequel. That's the implication, isn't it? That the president's like, "Oh, Bob Blair's too powerful. I can't take Bob Blair down."
It's like they suddenly took this plot seriously. They suddenly realised that Bob Blair just can't die because he's more powerful than the president.
No, I honestly think they're setting up a Dreamscape 2 there.
Yeah. But then they killed him.
Oh, he dies like, I forgot that bit, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, right.
It's like someone said, okay, no. We can have this. We can have it going in dreams. We can have, Fukawa having sex with that man's wife. We can have all this craziness, but Bob Blair would not just be killed that simply. He would get away. So we have to think of another way of getting rid of him. Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, how can I forget the classic, how did you get in here? It was easy. And then he bites his head off, doesn't he?
Rips his own face. I don't know, it's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's how Alex Gardner kills Bob Blair. Bob Blair.
Yeah. And then they get on a train.
Yeah, so the final insult is that, just in case you haven't been crapping off already, they get on, they're dressed like it's the 50s.
Yeah.
And Jane DeVries and Alex Gardner are getting on an Amtrak to go across country. Very randomly dressed. They get in the car and have a little pash, and then the conductor comes out, and it's the conductor out of the dream.
So what do you think he's got the ability to manipulate people's dreams?
I think yes.
I think that the rapey dream, that's the conductor has used his powers to go in that dream. But in the end, that man is real. That's not a dream anymore. That's the real man.
The conductor.
He's revealing him. Yeah, he's revealing himself, saying like, yeah. Well,
so the end. So the end is real.
Yeah.
And that guy was just hanging out in the president's dream just to watch what went down.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. He's the backup. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is he Secret Service?
Maybe.
He's super Black Ops. Even deeper state than Bob Blair. He's the deepest of all states, that conductor.
He's transparent ops.
Yeah. He's phasing out of time and space.
He's transparent aluminum ops.
Transparent aluminum, yeah.
But it felt like like this would have been a good TV series.
It's a reference no one will get, Chris, because that got cut. That episode did.
Oh, did it?
That was the Star Trek one that got cut out, and I'd got the one quote, and on the thing, like I just had you going, "There is not a thing such as transparent aluminum." Whatever it was, there's that's all that came out from the episode. But anyway,
we've lost that. What, we have no Star Trek 4?
No, it was the preview show. It was the quiz on the preview show, and I lost my bit of the recording.
Damn.
And so I just got a quote from Alex and a quote from you, and everything else is gone. So yeah.
It kind of, this film felt like a terrible 80s TV series where they would like travel the country, a bit like the A-Team, go into people's dreams, help them out, maybe solve a crime.
Like Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Quantum Leap.
Quantum Rape.
Yes.
Yeah. Dream Leap.
Do. Ah! Do. Get
out of here, perverts!
Do. Ah! Do.
Yeah. That could work. Then they could have kept Bob Blair because he could have been chasing them across the country.
Yeah, like Sliders.
Yeah.
With the wonderful Maximilian Arturo.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have worked.
And the Crying Man.
Yeah. Maybe they should reboot this film. Maybe they should bring it back.
Should reboot Sliders.
They should reboot Sliders.
I still love Sliders.
Was Sliders... Did they use a machine to do that? What was the... Was there technology involved? What was the...
Wasn't it... No, I think wasn't it just they solved something and then they just got moved on? It was like Quantum Leap, wasn't it?
Was it?
They had no control over it. Because they were trying to get back, weren't they, to the original, like, where they came from.
Okay.
Because they changed the cast member, I think, didn't they? And I think one of the original cast members did get back to their original time. They left from there.
Ah, right, yeah.
Wow.
Don't remember.
Sliders more interesting than Dreamscape as well. Anyway, so what does everyone think about Dreamscape overall? Chris, what's your overall opinion of Dreamscape?
Terrible. I wasted my time on this. I'm angry.
You're angry?
No.
Wow.
Obviously, we've seen worse, but I think it's pretty low down.
Okay, Alex.
I thought it was fun. I mean, it was stupid. I didn't think anyone was very good. I mean, Max von Sydow was quite good, and Bob Blair was good. Yeah. I mean, I just found it. I found it quite entertaining.
Lawnmower Man's like the digitised version of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. I just thought it was fun. Like rubbish, but fun, entertaining enough.
Would you call it a bold mix of horror, action, and comedy, and a very fun experience?
Comedy?
No.
Would you call it underrated, an extremely fun genre picture?
No.
Not underrated.
I'd call it a breach of the Trade Description Act.
As you said before, I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it before because it's the kind of cheesy rubbish that I loved when I was in secondary school and stuff. Or even in university, I'd have eaten this up at that point. And
yeah, I can't believe. I mean, I'm guessing because there's like the heart pulling out scene. It wasn't shown as a kids' film like when Back to the Future stuff was on TV a lot when we were growing up. It didn't get shown.
Maybe it's too scary. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And probably just not very good. I mean, there were plenty of bad films that we used to watch a lot when we were kids. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, it's pretty obvious what I think. It was absolute trash, but I had a bit of fun, I guess. I don't know. I didn't ever turn off the TV, and and I only fell asleep once, and I even went back and watched a bit. I fell asleep, unlike what's that one called, the dinosaur one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh god,
what's that
what
called?
Is that called?
Paul Rex or something.
Theodore Rex.
Theodore Rex, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually went back and watched a bit I fell asleep during. So
that must have been odd going to sleep during Dreamscape.
I fell asleep as he was on the run, in that back in the track on his bike.
Yeah.
And I woke up like right at the end when he was on the on the train at the end, the Amtrak train, and I was like, "What?"
Wow.
Yeah, I was very confused as to what had gone on. But yeah, I mean, it's not a classic. I would like to know though why Alexander chose this film. If you'd like to write back in, and tell us what is it about this that you thought we had to see it? Was it a particularly bad film you knew, or are you a great big fan of Dreamscape?
I do. Like I said, I did quite like the fact they were just like, yeah, they're psychics, get on with it. I like that. I like when a film does that.
Do you know what I hope is that, because I think Alexander's from Denmark, I hope that over there this is like revered as a classic and they all watch it at Christmas or something like that.
That'd be great. Yeah.
That's the answer I want to hear, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll never know. Hopefully we'll know. He'll hopefully tell us.
Right, let's rank it then, shall we? Alex, as the biggest pusher here, you can go first. Where would you put it?
70... under Universal Soldier, above Armageddon.
78.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris?
No, it's got to be lower than that. I would put it probably 82. 82.
Below The Martian and above Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea, yes.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Deep Blue Sea. I think it's better than Night of the Lepus. So I would say 80.
Yeah. No,
Better than The Martian.
Right. Oh man, that film sucks.
The Martian was terrible. At least like this knew what it was. The Martian was.
Yeah, and this had no budget, and it was just a cat. I mean, this was made very quickly, very cheaply. Like, yeah, The Martian had money, bloody everything, didn't it? And it was still.
I've got to stick up for Ridley Scott now because I'm on his team. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I can't be seen to be.
Oh no.
Oh dear, this is gonna kind of skew the rating.
We have to cut him out of the Ridley Scott episodes.
Yeah. Oh dear.
He can't rate Alien now. Yeah, no, especially not Alien. He can't rate that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Get Ridley Scott on instead.
We didn't mention last week, did we? Chris won the Alien.
Yeah, I'm making an Alien short, official Alien short.
An official Alien.
Well
short.
done, Chris.
Well done indeed. So what's your next step in that?
I've got a call with them tonight at like 11, and then we're going to get their notes on the script. I don't think they've got too many notes, hopefully. And then, it's just pre-production for the next couple of months, really.
Do you know yet, like, what they are doing in terms of the Alien? Like, is it up to you to... Because, you know, beforehand we were saying, like, we do think they trust you to make your own alien or whatever.
Actually, mine hasn't got much of an alien in, has it? So
I suppose it's just right at the end.
I can't talk about it.
Oh, right, okay.
But...
no spoilers.
Yeah. But
so he's sent some photos from set or something, or some production.
No, we want a set visit.
No, you can't even do that.
We're going to record an episode on the set, aren't we?
Yeah, we should do, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a photo shoot. We should get dressed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, all good.
Brilliant. That stardust creeping ever closer. He's like, Chris has been following those trails of dust, and now he's like leaping from dust trail to dust trail until eventually he'll be his own star.
This time next year,
twinkling in the sky. Yeah.
We'll be millionaires.
Brilliant. Well, you'll be a millionaire, and we'll be hanging off your coatails.
Yeah.
Trying to work out some way that contractually we are involved.
Yeah. And not allowed to rate Ridley Scott anymore. Right? Yeah,
yeah, and that's when we can then go to Hollywood and go, right, quantum rape, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, so what we've said 80.
You said better than Night of the Lepus.
Right, yeah, and you said better than Worst Universal Soldier, and Chris said better than...
I thought it was better than Deep Blue Sea, but I thought The Martian, in what it is, even just... In what it is, it's just a higher value product. It's just...
Yeah.
Which is why it's worse.
Even the story is better. I mean, that's going some, like, it's got a story, you know.
Yeah. I think you're convincing me here. I think he needs to go below The Martian.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind that.
I mean, it's not got sharks in it. So is it worse than Deep Blue Sea because has got sharks? In it?
I mean, there's an argument for it to go further down, but it's just. I mean, to be honest, it's
probably worse than Deep Blue Sea. Actually.
I don't hate Day After Tomorrow. I hate 2012 because I think they're fucking boring.
Yeah.
Films. And then it just gets into farce below that.
It gets offensive, doesn't it, after that? Yeah.
I mean, David Lothery's Star Trek V there at number 91. He's doing well, old David. So should we say below Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah, that's fair.
Why not, eh? Cool, 83. So that is now 99 films in the list.
Wow.
So it's been a long road, as that Enterprise song says. And I've lost my train of thought. I was writing at the same time. What's this film called? Dreamscape. Let's do one thing at a time. Right, 1984, Dreamscape.
Should we go to the future and find out what's next?
Well, that was my link. I was going to say... I was doing a whole link and it's gone. But I was going to say, let's find out what would be the sacred 100th film. Well, Dreamscape, hey? What a crazy, crazy thing that turned out to be. Or maybe not. Who knows?
I reckon it was really... worth watching, and I'm glad it's at number 3.
Who'd have thought? But for now, what's happening next week? Alex, let us know.
Well, we're doing 1984, the movie, made in 1984. I think they must have planned that. Obviously from the book by George Orwell. And we're doing it because it's coming out on Blu-ray in England for the first time on the 13th of August. So hopefully this will be timed around then. I don't know. It's a premium package.
It should be the week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be. That would be good. Yeah. But it's in a this is from the press release. In a holocaustic future world. That's a weird word.
What?
Anyway,
That's not a
yeah,
word.
a holocaustic.
Say
Anyway,
post-apocalyptic.
post-apocalyptic future world, perpetually at war, where failure to conform is the ultimate crime. Winston Smith, played by John Hurt, rewrites history books and finds himself dreaming of escaping from the all-seeing eyes of the authorities. He embarks on a passionate and illegal affair with a young woman, Suzanne Hamilton, but they are soon caught and Smith undergoes a nightmarish brainwashing at the hands of Chief Inquisitor O'Brien, Richard Burton, while he listens to some Eurythmics songs. Yeah, so that's the plot. So, should we watch the trailer?
Have either of you read the book?
No.
I'm an ignoramus, I haven't read the book.
But really, I know, you don't read books. But it's a short book. It's so
but we were
good.
made to read fucking Animal Farm in school, and that just
No, it's
ruined
way
it
better
then.
than Animal Farm.
You know what I mean?
No, it's an incredible book.
Okay, I'll read it.
You won't.
Can you
But
get it
after
on?
we
Can you
watch
get it
the
on
film.
audiobook? Must be
of
able
course,
to.
I should think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
It's
That's because that's
amazing.
how I read my books. All right.
Okay, good. Well, just make sure
Get
you
off
do.
my
'cause
back, all right?
And do it before we watch the film. Do it before we watch the film, because the twist in the book is, it's heartbreaking. Anyway, let's watch the trailer then.
The world we are preparing, Winston, is a constant victory, a constant triumph. You are beginning to accept it. You'll soon welcome it. And finally, become part of it.
Can I take this for granted? With your eyes over me, in this place, dream home. I know there's always.
Why has the trailer not ended? What's just black for ages? Yeah.
Is that the end? It seems to go on way longer, this trailer.
I think it's just
Yeah.
Brazil's
still
one of my favourite
shot.
films.
Yeah, Brazil is a lot to 1984. Have either of you seen this film?
No, I haven't seen this either. The book of the film of the year.
Of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't wrong, were they?
No.
It's clever marketing, really.
Yeah.
Good synergy. Good brand synergy.
Yeah.
It's a pity that they didn't wait till 2001 to make 2001, isn't it? Because Kubrick would have been dead.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
So Ridley Scott made the advert of the computer of the book of the film of the year.
Yeah.
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 Idiot.
Right, well, that's next week on the SFRS. Let's hand you back to the past. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. Thanks for telling us about that. Yeah, so 1984 is our 100th film to go into the list. Join us next time for that celebration. And
Were we
the
all born in
competition.
84?
No, Alex was born in like 1963.
The year Night of the Lepers came out.
Yeah, Alex was in Them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and that guy, me and that
doctor.
Victorian guy, been hanging out. Me, him, and what's it? The guy that wrote Peter Pan, J.M. Barrie. Yeah, we're all hanging out.
Are you an 80s child, Alex? You're not, are you?
Yeah, well, I was born in 78, so
You're
yes.
not. No, well,
You're not.
Well, I'm not.
You're 70s, aren't you?
Well, I was a child.
Got an 8 in it.
Okay, yeah, I'm from the 70s. Yeah. The very late 70s.
He walks around in flares. And
Saturday Night Fever, can we do that?
That's why I champion all these 70s sci-fis. It's because they're from my era. See, it makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Why I like 2001 so much.
Right, Alex. You've got a piece of paper in front of you. It's got something called Twitter and Facebook. You probably don't know about those.
Well,
Just read what we've prompted you with.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of these things. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. But Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're all SF rating systems, so that's easy.
Yeah.
But if you want to be like Alexander and you want to send us a film that we have to watch, because we had to watch this, so if you want to make Chris mad and make him waste an hour and a half of his life, then email us at sciencefictionratingsystem@gmail.com and we'll have to watch it, because we do.
Well, I mean, some stuff's coming we're not watching.
It's really crap. That was.
Well, but if we'd never seen it, we'd give it a go. So find a film we've never seen.
Yeah, pick something
We'd give
obscure.
it a go.
Yeah.
If we've seen it and we know it's really crap, we're not going to see it. We're not going to watch it. But that one got under the radar.
Well done, Alexander.
And we've got a tiny bit of feedback about the Them episode.
Okay.
Oh.
Listener Colin, hi Colin, says, I don't think Chris was taking it too seriously this week. He was giddy as fuck.
Yeah, I was. It just turned into a mockery.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I was experimenting with a new style.
Right, okay.
I enjoyed is that negative feedback on that style?
No, I've only heard good things about the Them episode, to be honest. It was well received, so yeah.
Good.
I mean, I've literally only heard that.
I was just sassing the film.
100% good feedback from one person.
Yeah.
Well done.
We were just taking a piss out of it, like, constantly, so it was pretty good. I thought I came away with good vibes from that one.
Yeah, a looser style. That's good. See, that's the thing, we mix it up, don't we, here? So, yeah. This week's has been one of those sighing episodes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can only work with what you're given, can't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, anything to plug? No, everything's all good, isn't it, I think? What do you think?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next time for Night 84. Good night.
Bye.
Good luck. Bye.